welcome to GAW Academy Stormchaser, a one-of-a-kind series featuring created wrestlers from across the online 2K community. I think we're going to have so much fun with this series. And to kick it off, let's get down to our host, GAW Academy legend, GIBSON Park. I want to thank you guys so much for such a warm welcome. Here's the thing. I've been all over the world, wrestling, competing in mixed martial arts. I've competed in 5 continents and over a dozen countries. And the GAW Academy is my home. I feel like I grew up here as a wrestler, and when I finally debuted in GAW, it was everything that I learned in the academy that helped me accomplish what I did. And so when they came to me and asked me if I would be a part of this groundbreaking series, there was no goddamn way that I would say no. This place means so much to me, and I want it to be everything to these competitors that it was to me. This series is going to be the greatest collection of young talent in the history of wrestling that you have ever seen. We are going to showcase 16 men and 8 women, all of whom are on the cusp of global superstardom. And all of them are competing to be the next global superstar. I'll explain the rules of the competition in a little bit, but first, I want you all to meet each and every one of our competitors tonight. So, we will be having 3 battle royals, 2 for the men, 1 for the women, and you can get to see every one of our incredibly talented competitors. And there's something a little special waiting for the winner. So without further ado, let's get to our first battle, and we'll send it to the greatest PA man in the business to introduce to you our first 8 competitors. On his way to the ring, a former Glory kickboxing middleweight champion, fighting out of El Paso, Texas, Eddie Chopper Hernandez.
My alliance is strong, never gonna beat my clique, my team is sick, sweat and tears, we bleeded it.
Now making his way to the ring, he claims to be from your darkest fears. A former Pancrase welterweight champion, a former Pro Wrestling Noah GHC national champion. He is Bonesaw Andrew Wesley. Welcome to the ring, fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa by way of Baja, Mexico, a former AAA Cruiserweight champion, JACKEL.
And from Austin,
Making his way to the
Texas,
ring, a 3-time Division I All-American wrestler and a former Pan Am Games gold medalist, he is the undefeated Lone Star, GARRETT GIBSON.
I like to rhyme. from which sounds approaches. Let us venture in.
Making his way to the ring, a former GAW Academy champion, he claims to be the inventor of indoor pyrotechnics, fighting out of Calabasas, California. You couldn't be him even in your wildest dreams. Ulysses Sky!
Mike Titan, Afura. Now you hear it, now you know it. The body of the...
Making his way to the ring, fighting out of Budapest, Hungary. He once pulled a commercial airliner down a 100-yard runway. The man to be feared, Tonga. Please welcome to the ring, the man making his GAW Academy debut. He is a former world's strongest man, fighting out of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. He is Overload. Making his way to the ring, he claims to be Mexican underground royalty, and he is a former AAA Cruiserweight champion, fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, the Dragon of the South, Mexican SHIA. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the GAW Academy in Atlanta, Georgia, former facility that housed the WCW power plant. So absolute titans of wrestling were in this facility at one point, and we could be looking at the next titan of wrestling here. We are so happy to bring you this GAW Academy Stormchaser series. And we'll tell you more about the actual format, what you're going to be watching a little bit later on once we've met all of the competitors. As you can see now, all of these guys fighting for bragging rights, and as our amazing host Yunsan Park said, fighting for maybe something a little bit more. Yunsan Park, by the way, we could talk about him for a second because he won't do it. He won't talk about himself. Yunsan Park is GAW Academy legend, former GAW Academy Cruiserweight champion and Academy champion. He got called up to GAW, fought in the GAW Academy Showcase before Bash at the Beach. Oh, there goes JACKEL. And someone else, I didn't see who. And then, Andrew Wesley out as well. So we'll introduce you, of course, to all of these men as we go on. Beautiful spine buster from Garrett Gibson. Gibson on an absolute tear right now. The Lone Star. And so Yunsan Park famously was called up to GAW, lost in the Academy Showcase. There goes the 400-pound. Nope, I thought Tonga was out. And Pac then, who was the Cruiserweight champion at the time, challenged him to a match because Pac was forced to defend his belt, thought he had an easy win against Yunsan Park, and instead, the White Storm did the unthinkable, upset Pac to win the Cruiserweight Championship. And there goes Tonga, eliminated by Eddie Hernandez. Again, we'll learn a lot more about these guys as the series goes on, so don't worry about that. Nice super kick from Mexican SHIA, eliminates Overload. That super kick, by the way, he calls it Meet the Boss. Mexican SHIA claims to be Mexican underground royalty. I don't really know, I don't know how much of that is true, but that's what he says. He's got a good kick there, that's for sure. She is former AAA Cruiserweight champion. Also teamed with Eddie Hernandez as part of the Hernandez brothers, and Ulysses Sky drops him out. We are down to 3. Sky, Eddie Hernandez, and the Lone Star, Garrett Gibson. Garrett Gibson, an NCAA All-American wrestler. He is undefeated, I should say, in the GAW Academy. So this guy, he has got to be a favorite here, and now he has Eddie Hernandez. Look at the size, and there goes Hernandez. You will recognize Eddie Hernandez, by the way, from the GAW Academy showcase before Winterfest. He took on Flyboy and picked up a win in that match. We are down to 2, Garrett Gibson and Ulysses Sky. What a clash of styles this is. Garrett Gibson, when you talk to him, and we will as this series goes on, he's a very, very humble gentleman and so much success across his career. 2-time Olympian, 2019 Pan Am Games gold medalist, but he's still very, very down to earth when you speak to him. Ulysses Sky, not so much when you talk to him. Let me just tell you this: Ulysses Sky claims to be the inventor of indoor pyro, for what that's worth. Beautiful slam by Ulysses Sky. And look at this, swinging the giant Garrett Gibson around. Wow, the strength of Ulysses Sky. Drops Garrett Gibson after that massive swing, and the Lone Star could be in trouble here. This is a match I'd love to see in full. Gibson, look at this, hoists up Sky. Nice fall away slam from the Lone Star. The fans are right. This is something special that we're seeing right now. Ulysses Sky going up top for the shooting star, and Garrett Gibson got the knees up. Ulysses Sky is a terrific athlete. I'm sure you'll see it there. Gibson got him up, and the pile driver delivered. He calls it sweet tea. I'm sure Ulysses Sky not feeling too sweet about that, but he's able to shake it off. You got to feel Gibson still got the advantage here. Crossbody from Sky into the striking combination, ground and pound. Wow, these two guys have been battling for quite a while now. Nice clothesline from Garrett Gibson. Again, the size advantage to Gibson, but Ulysses Sky is such a terrific athlete. Gibson now has him up. Beautiful power bomb. Plants him. The GAW Academy prospects may not be too familiar with Battle Royals. We don't do them much here in the Academy. Sky off the ropes, and I don't know who he's swinging at here. Gibson, look at this. Gibson's going to take advantage here. Garrett Gibson. Texas jab. Very proud resident of the Lone Star State is Garrett Gibson, but again, Ulysses Sky able to shake that one off. Gibson's really been on the offensive for most of this here. Giant boot. But he hasn't really done much to try to actually put Ulysses Sky away. Giant clothesline from Garrett Gibson. The All-American clothesline from the Lone Star. And finally, Gibson has him up, but Sky drops him with the reverse DDT. We had a lot of eliminations early, but now these two have been battling for a long time. And look at the strength here for Ulysses Sky to get him up into the Death Valley driver. Maybe one of these guys can finally try to notch an elimination here, and it may be Ulysses Sky. Has Gibson in a precarious position against the ropes, but Gibson able to shake him off. The fans, by the way, love Garrett Gibson, and why wouldn't you with his personality? Again, you will meet him as well as all of our other competitors as the series goes on. Not only do we have 24 of the most talented competitors in terms of their in-ring work, but we have 24 of the most interesting competitors in terms of their personalities and their histories. And Gibson goes for the clothesline, and Sky, low bridges. Ulysses Sky is the winner. Wow, for a final too that went on for quite a long time. That was about as abrupt a finish as you can ask for. Garrett GIBSON went for the All-American clothesline to drop Ulysses Sky over the top rope, and Sky saw it coming, low bridge, and Ulysses Sky is the winner of our first of 3 Battle Royals. Yunson Park alluded to a special reward for whoever won. We'll see what that is. For now, let's get to the women. Making her way to the ring, she is a former TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champion and a 2-time NCAA Heptathlon Champion. From Albuquerque, New Mexico, Alex Nolan. Please welcome to the ring, from the dojos of Japan, fighting out of Tokyo, the Japanese sword, Katana. Making her way to the ring, a true MMA legend, with wins over Gina Carano, Ronda Rousey, Amanda Nunes, and Chris Cyborg. Fighting out of Kyoto, Japan, she is the Legend Killer, Katherine Sakamoto. Please welcome to the ring, a former Invicta Atomweight champion, called by Katsuyori Shibata the true future of Japanese wrestling, hailing from Kyoto, Japan, Kristen Sakamoto. On her way to the ring, trained by the greatest female wrestler of all time, and your GAW Academy Women's Champion, from your darkest fears, the Underground Queen, Lazara.
The Underground Undisputed Women's Champion.
Making her way to the ring, she claims to be Brazil's greatest wrestler, a former NWA Women's Champion, fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Martina Soul Food del Sol. Making her way to the ring out of Osaka, Japan, she is a third-generation wrestler and a former Stardom champion. Making her GAW Academy debut, Thunderbolt Suzuki.
This is a mutiny.
And their opponent, from Kobe, Japan,
Making her way to the ring, the youngest GAW Academy prospect in history and former Pro Wrestling Wave champion. She was called the future of wrestling by the legendary Kazuchika Okada. From Kobe, Japan, the Stormbringer, Yamamoto. second of 3. Oh, Alex Nolan out already. All right. It's our second of 3 battle royals. Alex Nolan, the first woman eliminated. You might recognize her from our GAW Academy showcase before Cyclone Denver. She took on Casey Catanzaro and lost in that match. Catanzaro, of course, will defend or challenge for the United States Championship at Storm Tokyo coming up here on GA Wrestling, so you will not want to miss that. And there goes Thunderbolt Suzuki. Suzuki is a proud third-generation mixed martial artist. Yeah, but she got sent out here early on. You can see top of your screen, Yamamoto working on the Japanese sword. And now Lazara and Martina Del Sol going at it here as well. Yamamoto, who has the blonde hair, the purple gear, she is the youngest competitor in the history of the GAW Academy, trained by Kazuchika Okada himself and dubbed by Okada as the future of wrestling. So high praise coming from the legendary Rainmaker. And so Yamamoto took on the nickname Stormbringer, but she is being challenged right now by Katherine Sakamoto. Sakamoto, known as the MMA Legend Killer. And you want to talk about pure pedigree when it comes to the Legend Killer moniker. She has wins in mixed martial arts over Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano, Amanda Nunes, and Chris Cyborg. Okay, that's like a Mount Rushmore of women's MMA, and she is out. Yamamoto low bridge, much like how Ulysses Sky won the first battle royal. Martina Del Sol forced to roll under the rope, and now Yamamoto going up against her countrywoman, the Japanese sword, Katana. Katana also trained in the dojos of New Japan Pro Wrestling, 4th degree black belt in karate. She's also been a champion here in the GAW Academy. She was beaten by our current champion, Lazara, in all black, who is going to work against Yamamoto. Lazara, nicknamed the Underground Queen, proud Mexican heritage. Katana and Martina Del Sol battling. This women's battle royal a little bit more competitive than the men's one, other than Alex Nolan going out in about 2 seconds. Martina Del Sol undersized, and there she goes. Katana eliminates her. Now Yamamoto working on Lazara. Katana goes over, and Yamamoto just releases. And now Katana and Yamamoto facing each other down. Yamamoto and Lazaro both in the corner. Both of them fight their way out, and now Yamamoto with a Rainmaker onto Katana. Not only was she given Kazuchika Okada's blessing to use his music and his some of his entrance attire, but he gave her his blessing to use the famous Rainmaker. Katana now could have Yamamoto in trouble, and Katana pulls off the upset, eliminating Yamamoto again. The woman christened the future of Japanese of pro wrestling, and now Katana absolutely plants Kristen Sakamoto with the Japanese sword. Kristen Sakamoto, the only one standing, and a little bit of a disrespectful kick there. Kristen Sakamoto was also a mixed martial arts champion, like her sister Katherine. She was an atomweight champion in Invicta, and she eliminates Katana with the low bridge. So we have Sakamoto and the current champion, Lazara. We told you that these are some of the most talented competitors in the world, and there's no doubt about that. Jawbreaker from Sakamoto, and now takes down Lazara. A little bit of ground and pound there. Now Sakamoto has a little bit of a beef with Yamamoto because her trainer, Katsuyori Shibata, called her the true future of Japanese wrestling in response to Okada christening Yamamoto as the future. But Lazara now could have Sakamoto in trouble. Lazara has her up for the chokeslam. You can see the strength. And the Academy champion Lazara has come out the winner of our second Battle Royal. Once again, we will learn about what the reward is for actually winning these from Yunsan Park once all three have been completed. Look at Katana delivers a beautiful Japanese sword to Sakamoto and then a chokeslam from Lazara. We got one Battle Royal left, folks. It's the remaining 8 men. Let's get to that. On his way to the ring, a former U.S. Navy commander and winner of the Navy Expeditionary Medal, fighting out of London, England, Buccaneer Kurt Andrews. All the way from Sydney, Australia. He is a former NCAA Division I Wrestling All-American and a former United States Anglico. He is Flyboy.
Yeah.
Welcome to the ring from Tijuana, Mexico. He is a Mexican legend, former 3-time CMLL World Champion, former 2-time AAA Mega Campeón. He is La Tortuga Roja. Underground fighting legend, the only man to beat the baddest man in the world, Kimbo Slice, from Beijing, China, Lee the Firework Car. Welcome to the ring, fighting out of the other side of darkness. A former Open the Brave Gate champion and the only American to be considered Dragon Gate Trueborn. He is the Oni King, Oliver Parker. Welcome to the ring, a former Bare Knuckle FC champion and undefeated boxer. He is your GAW Academy champion, fighting out of Portland, Oregon, the Retro King, Scott Danielson.
How did you find a way to run from the city of the sun?
Boca Raton, Florida. He is OSHA's least favorite son, Stafford Drummond.
What we think when it's over.
Is a GAW Academy legend, part of the first ever Academy Tag Team Champions and former Mr. Universe. From Glendale, Arizona, he is Lighter. Welcome to our third and final Battle Royal. Our previous winners were Ulysses Sky and, Stafford Drummond. Nice corkscrew forearm there onto Oliver Parker. We are very proud to have Oliver Parker here, by the way. Parker is the first ever American to be considered Dragon Gate Trueborn, meaning that he, there goes the champ, Scott Danielson, eliminated by Flyboy. That's the current GAW Academy champion. Huge elimination. So Dragon Gate Trueborn means that you trained in wrestling entirely at the Dragon Gate Academy, which Oliver Parker did. So we're very, very proud to have him here. His pedigree is almost unmatched among Academy prospects. You will also probably recognize Flyboy, who's currently hanging on for his life. Nice save there. You will recognize Flyboy from our GAW Academy showcase, where he lost to Eddie Hernandez. That was before Winterfest. Now trying to notch his second elimination. Kurt Andrews with a massive super kick to Oliver Parker. And Mexican legend La Tortuga Roja manages to stay safe as well. Stafford Drummond, OSHA's least favorite son. He was in an industrial accident many, many years ago. Now fighting against Lighter and lights him up with a clothesline. Oliver Parker now going against Flyboy. This is a very competitive, and Kurt Andrews eliminated by Lee Carr. The firework. Drummond and Parker now working on Flyboy. La Tortuga Roja. Flyboy is out. Roja went for a springboard bulldog, and he plants Lee Carr with it. We are down to 5 as Flyboy was eliminated with a combined effort by Stafford Drummond and I believe Oliver Parker. Roja has Lighter up now, trying to force him over the top rope. Carr and Oliver Parker battling. Parker, a former Open the Brave Gate champion. Carr went for the flying kick, completely avoided by Parker. Parker now with this beautiful spinning face buster. Well done. Now Stafford Drummond battling with Lighter once again. We can tell you that these two will face off in singles competition soon. Again, we will welcome back our host Yunsan Park to explain the full competition. After this battle royal is over, who will join Lazara and Ulysses Sky as winners? Parker now has Carr in a dangerous position. Oliver Parker, Stafford Drummond out, and Lee Carr out. Lighter eliminates Stafford Drummond, but now he's in trouble as La Tortuga Roja lining up the clothesline, and there goes Lighter. Roja and Oliver Parker are the last two. And Roja goes up top, missed that, and Parker trying to push his advantage here. Into the corner. Roja could have Parker in trouble here, and now trying to lift up the larger man over the top rope, and he may actually have this. Roja doing everything he can to try to eliminate Parker here. Roja, a Mexican legend, and Parker avoids that one. Roja is a Mexican legend. Planted by Parker there with the Uranagi. Nice Rana from La Tortuga Roja. He is a 3-time CMLL World Champion, a 2-time AAA Mega Champion, and the last ever champion of NWA Mexico. This guy's been around for a long, long time, and now Oliver Parker hits him with the Brave Gate. A callback again to his time as Open the Brave Gate champion over in Dragon Gate in Japan, and now Oliver Parker has him lifted up with the Air Raid Crash neck breaker. Brutal move performed to perfection by Oliver Parker. And now Parker could be looking to end the day here for La Tortuga Roja, but instead it's turned into a giant clothesline from the legend. Roja now setting up Parker and almost clotheslined him over the top, but Oliver Parker using the strength to hold on to the top rope with one hand. Well done from the Oni King. And Parker now clotheslines La Tortuga Roja over the top, and just like that, Oliver Parker joins Ulysses Sky and Lazara as the three winners, I should say, of our Battle Royals. Look at the height from Lee Carr off that choke slam. Parker turned the tide with a Brave Gate and eliminates La Tortuga Roja. We have our 3 winners, and we will welcome our host, Yunsan Park, back to the ring to explain the rules of this competition. First of all, I want to congratulate Ulysses Sky, Lazara, and Oliver Parker for wins in our 3 Battle Royals. I will tell you their reward in a little bit. First, though, we're going to keep saying that this is the greatest collection of young talent that we've ever seen in wrestling. 24 of the hottest young stars in the world of professional wrestling. And they are all here in the GAW Academy to prove that they are the next global superstars. And at GAW, we are going to find the next global superstar. So, here are the rules of GAW Academy Stormchaser. What you are about to watch is a round-robin tournament. All the competitors. 10 matches for the men, 7 matches for the women. 2 points for a win, 1 point for a loss, 1 point for a time limit draw, 0 points for any kind of disqualification or count out. At the end of the matches for each group, the men and the women, we will tally up the total points, and it will be used to seed the men and the women for a tournament encompassing every competitor. This tournament will crown the first ever GAW Academy Stormchaser champions. But it's not just a belt that's on the line for the winners. What is on the line is a one-way ticket to general admission wrestling. What you're all fighting for is the ability to go up to the greatest company in the world and compete every Wednesday on Wednesday Night Storm. But don't be discouraged. If you don't win, GAW scouts are everywhere. Impress them, and you might just find yourself fighting in GAW sooner rather than later. This will be the greatest competition in the history of wrestling in the GAW Academy, and I hope you are all here with us every week, every Wednesday, to see it. And one more thing. I mentioned that something special was in the works for the 3 winners of our Battle Royals. Well, that's something. 2 points to Ulysses Sky Lazara, and Oliver Parker. You will get an advantage over all of your competitors, but this won't be the only time that extra points are on the line. Good luck to everybody. We'll see you starting next Wednesday.